Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows that not everyone in the media space is a fan of Eminem's partnership with the Lions for the Thanksgiving halftime show that was announced a few days ago. Although in this case, the reason behind the saltiness over Eminem's participation looks to be quite obvious, as you'd see in a moment. But that's not all. As following the latest report about the beginning of the Eminem era with the Lions, the crying has already started, and in this case, it is quite hilarious in my opinion, based on Eminem's history with some Detroit rappers. More on this in a moment. And today we also have more from rapper A$AP Ferg, who shared his thoughts on how Eminem is viewed today in hip-hop. And on Kendrick, we also have another one that's been interpreted by some Drake fans to be that Kendrick Lamar rushed GNX to take advantage of the battle with Drake. And as usual, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide if these Drake fans are reaching with their interpretation of what Kendrick's associates said on the matter of GNX's release timing. And yes, we got an update on the stories we've been following for days after Rory was quote exposed for his anti-black and racist tweets in the past that you could say he's been making up for lately by hating on rappers like Eminem, like "See, I'm a changed man. Today I hate on white hip-hop legends like Eminem to make up for my racist past."
Need a little bit of water.
But on a serious note, apparently he's been exposed for years, but hip-hop fans chose to turn a blind eye, at least according to DJ Academics, and we'll get to this later. And starting with the latest on Eminem's partnership with the Lions for the halftime show. Apparently, sports commentator known as Jason Whitlock was triggered by this announcement, as in response to this, the Detroit Lions organization will be leaning on hip-hop icon Marshall Mathers, better known as Eminem, for advice on talent selection and the production of their annual Thanksgiving halftime show, to which he reacted on X, lyrical adult film stars, referring to Eminem, our leading consultant for halftime entertainment. Now, I don't know if Eminem will take this as a compliment or an insult, but he continued, "Hugh Hefner died too soon. He would probably be commissioner of the NFL today." And the salt was Dead Sea levels for some users on X. As a somewhat civilized society, we should do everything possible to erase Eminem from our memory banks, LOL. And I would say erasing someone you don't like doesn't sound very civilized, does it? And some users came for his neck. All you do is cry about stuff, LOL, like the old man who looks out of his screen door just to be mad at something, LOL, just shut up already. But hey, on the flip side, at least based on Eminem's intro on Crack a Bottle, I'm leaning towards Eminem taking that opener as a compliment. But what are your thoughts? And linked to Eminem's partnership with the Lions, we got more. Jack White to play Detroit Lions Thanksgiving halftime show as Team's Eminem's era begins. And while Jack White headlining the show already sparked reactions like, "Who?" from some users on social media, some have also expanded. "Bro, what the F is Eminem doing? We could have had Sada Baby, Babytron, Nasan, Icewear Vezo, holy snob." And I'll throw this one over to you guys. What are your thoughts on this complaint? And I would say, why stop there? The user forgot to add the likes of T Grizzly to the mix. And before we head to the next point, now's a great time to hit the like button if you're still with us and enjoying this, and subscribe if you haven't. And to the ghost watchers out there who've been with us for years but silent, consider becoming a member. Join the channel today, or at least drop a comment below. And moving on, we got some comments from Kendrick Lamar's associate DJ Head that some Drake fans have interpreted as Kendrick rushed GNX. Take a look.
I don't think he threw it out. I think it was thought out and meticulous. Now he did it really fast.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't one of those. I believe if none of the stuff that took place in 2024 happened, we wouldn't have got this album.
I agree with you, but I also have a little bit more information. Okay, so I'll say this. When I talked to him about it, he did say that this is 100% intentional. Mm-hmm. Like this is the album where he wants to make everybody respect us.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the point I'm making.
I got you.
It was just for that, not for like. Obviously, it's a good album, But it's up and coming artists on there, or less established artists on there. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that this was the one that's going to be the staple, or this is the album that you make that's just a staple in your career.
Okay, well, I think it is.
I mean, obviously now it's Grammy nominated. Yeah. So obviously, but that's why it's like, if it was made so quick, normally niggas take 2-3 years on albums.
Facts. Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But
this is one of them ones for me. This is by far my favorite, and to me, it is that. I like it better than all his other albums.
This is Kendrick, and I got toe up for it. But
you did.
GNX is Kendrick's best album.
And this turned to a breeding ground, not they making excuses for why Kendrick dropped a bad album. Laughing emojis. Bad album? I wouldn't put it up there with Kendrick's best albums, but compared to what we have gotten from most rappers lately, it is a good album. Of course, this is my opinion, and some have expanded. Maybe he made the album fast to keep the momentum of the hype going. And on DJ Head, we got some takes that reminded me of what Royce used to go through a while back. Can't Kendrick talk for Kendrick? I feel like this guy just says anything to stay relevant. But in his defense, this should be expected when someone in the industry is associated to a quote rockstar level rapper. However, if the purpose of GNX was to showcase the relatively unknown West Coast rappers, some still aren't having it. All that album did was help me realize just how many trash rappers the West Coast has. They have good ones, but they weren't on that album.
Come on, man. You think this shit is cool?
And I'll throw this one over to you guys. What are your thoughts on this conversation? And how would you rank GNX compared to Kendrick's older albums, and also compared to other hip-hop albums released since GNX dropped in late 2024? And moving on, apparently Eminem's Without Me has now hit a new peak in 2025 on Spotify. Eminem's Without Me earns its biggest streaming day of the year so far, with over 1.5 million streams on global Spotify chart. And you don't have to agree, but my theory is that Houdini pretty much added fuel to this song's fire after it dropped in 2024, as it's been outpacing Lose Yourself for months, although I don't have objective data at hand to support my theory. But yeah, 1.5 million daily streams for a song that dropped in 2002 makes it increasingly difficult to peddle the narrative that Eminem's hits did not age well. I mean, it is many GOAT-tier rappers who dropped music in the early 2000s, and we never see any of their songs on these charts in 2025. And speaking on GOAT rappers, we got more from ASAP Ferg about how Eminem's viewed in hip-hop, which we'll get to in a moment. But before we get to it, Rory getting exposed for his past quote racist tweets came as a surprise to many hip-hop fans over the last few days. However, according to academics, the hip-hop fans outraged are late to the party and have themselves to blame for supporting someone like Rory all these years. Check it out.
For y'all to realize maybe he don't with y'all are clowns. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So I wasn't with y'all on none of the, let's feel bad for y'all. Y'all are dumb as shit. If it took y'all this long for y'all to realize he didn't with y'all are stupid. And I can't, as much as I don't like him, as I said, when I catch my op, I don't need everybody that don't like my op to be with me for me to get my op. I ain't with that. So for all of the black women who felt betrayed by Rory, you're a moron for liking him in the first place. I got nothing. There's nothing that's like, I'm with y'all on this. Like, for what? I exposed this little years ago. I exposed him years ago. I broke it down line by line, bar for bar. I showed y'all him costuming. I played these videos. It's a from TMZ who sent me this video. I said, bruh, I DJ'd these joints. These little meet the greet joints that I DJ'd all throughout Jersey. This little white boy was a fraud from day one. I've been exposed this. Listen, y'all didn't want to listen. Because you know why? A lot of times, it's not about the message. It's always the messenger. Some of y'all black hoes ain't my biggest fans anyway. So I'm placating to y'all. Like, I'm not going to come to y'all like, man, y'all niggas anyway. I'm standing on it. So I'm going to keep it a bean. So I'm not going to jump on some fake shit. That's why when people say, why'd you tweet out a picture with this? It's been up with me and him personally since then. I don't need y'all to tell me he don't like. I don't need black women. No disrespect. I don't need black women to tell me that I got my op down bad. I'm good. I don't need to piggyback with y'all. Y'all don't got no power anyway. Y'all sucked this for like 8 years after I've been exposed. So when y'all are saying, why did Act just tweet out something? No, I had to tell you because I told y'all not only I exposed him then, I told you this little boy thought he was slick with me. Let me tell you this. I've had issues with Meek Mill. Meek Mill live in Philadelphia. I actually live in Cherry Hill, or used to live right around Cherry Hill area. Meek Mill lived like literally 40 minutes away from, or used to. Then he moved to New York. I know everyone. The niggas who I'm really getting it in with, not one of them has ever shown up to this crib. Ever. The only person who had the audacity to show up to my house was this little white boy right here. So it's been up with me and him since then.
And this sparked some wild reactions like, Ak might be a clown himself, but that clown is extra correct in his sentiments. So apparently he already exposed Rory years ago, but people didn't care about it because they didn't like the messenger, so it didn't catch on. But do you agree? As he's doubled down since. Rory was one of them white boys in hip-hop acting like he was the most pro-black person. Anyone with a brain could see it was an act. I think all of them offended garden tools are stupid as F if it took you 10 years to realize. F him and y'all too. Stupid people deserve to be fooled.
Bro, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
And moving on, we got ASAP Ferg speak on Eminem on the Who's House podcast, and this was how it went.
Don't tell me you got a flip phone, because you know Eminem has one. Like
Oh,
now.
he only operates off the flip phone?
Yeah, he doesn't have, right? He,
that.
yeah, he doesn't like use a regular cell phone.
No, that's good. That's fire.
He's in Detroit right
Call
now.
him right now.
On a flip phone?
You do it.
Nah,
You do it.
Oh, damn, you can't FaceTime him.
Nah, he'll FaceTime it on there.
He said on a flip phone?
Cool.
Yo, he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
I be feeling like people don't really be giving him like the energy, like
Yeah.
the GOAT energy, like you the GOAT.
I wouldn't mind hearing a Ferg and Eminem record. I mean, shit.
I wouldn't mind that either. Beyond just making the music, I just want to hang out with him.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to
Like,
know how his mind works, like how he put certain songs together, like working with Dre, like all of that. Like I was thinking about 50, Dre, and Eminem, and I'm like, God damn, that was
in the studio. It's just
juggernauts,
Yeah.
like gangster rap. Like Drake created gangster rap, NWA, Death Row, then signed 50, and then had the Game under 50 running with Dre.
Crazy.
I'm like, God damn. And then the gangsterist white boy, Eminem.
What a time to be alive.
And here we go again. What I've noticed is when people compliment M, there's always a collab soon after.
Oh shit, here we go again.